Happy New Year! What a year it has been. I spent the past several days thinking and journaling and just trying to see them as a whole. And the word that I would say describes my 2025 best is the year of transformation. I got married, I turned 30, which is such a intimidating round number. It feels important somehow. And I left my life as I know it, my friends, my family, everything. I packed all of my stuff and moved to live in another country. And now that I look back to my year, it looks so intense. And I must say, I'm just so ready to finally slow down, to lay down some roots and to just enjoy. So yeah, when I think about 2026 and the word that I would like for it, I think blooming is a very good one. We will see if that happens. But anyway, as you can see, I'm starting my 2026 with a different planner than I said I will use. In my 2026 planner lineup video, I said that I will use my Hobonichi Weeks Mega as my main planner and journaling place. But since then, I realized that it is just too small for this stage of my life. Lately, I just felt very restricted in it, even claustrophobic at times. There's just so much to process right now and to think about and to solve still, and so many things I want to record. And so I realized that I might be ready for a bigger planner. And the one you see in front of me is a Hobonichi Cousin Avec. Now, is this the perfect planner for my planning system and the way I think? No, it is not. I feel like the perfect answer for me would be getting a sterling ink common planner with horizontal weeklies and undated daily pages. But there are several reasons why I didn't go for that. The main one is a very practical one, and that is because shipping from United States to Europe takes a very long time, and I just didn't have that time before the new year started. But another reason is that I'm actually not sure if I want to start my year with a perfect planner. I feel like having a perfect planner creates that pressure to keep it perfect. And as you can see, next year I will be trying to move away from perfectionism. I want to embrace creativity, authenticity, just feel more free and enjoy and play and be more myself. And so starting the year with a perfect empty planner just sounds a little bit intimidating. And when it comes to Hobonichi Cousin, I have to fix vertical weeklies into the horizontal ones because I prefer them that way. And the daily pages are dated, which I don't like. I don't like to be restricted like that. So since I'm already fixing things, it's already not perfect and I don't feel so afraid to mess it up. So yeah, that feels nice. And I'm happy with my choice. There is one thing I'm not happy with. So you might know that Hobonichi Cousin Avec comes in 2 volumes, one for each half of the year. And the first volume, the January to June one, comes in a very bright neon yellow cover that I'm not a huge fan of. It's just way too intense for me. So I had to cover it. And here you can see the finished result. I kind of wanted to film the process, but it felt a bit intimidating doing that on camera. I've never done something like that before, so I just took my time and played with it. So what I did here is I bought some shimmery scrapbook paper from my local stationery store, and I covered all the yellow, leaving the brown spine because I actually really like it. And I'm so relieved that they did not decide to make the spine some really intense color because it would be more difficult to cover this up. And then I just decorated it with stickers and some pictures and quotes from Pinterest that I felt like match the direction I want to take next year. So yeah, my main focus will be creativity and authenticity. The general theme for the cover is fairy tale vibes because I feel like it really matches the direction I'm taking. And also it reminds me of reading, which I really enjoy, especially fantasy, and writing also. So yeah, I'm really happy with this cover and it feels very me. Now I mentioned the direction and goals for the next year, so I might as well show you the page that I made. I did this goals mind map, you might say. to organize my thoughts, and I divided my goals into different categories. We have health, creativity, relationships, home, and roots. And by roots, I mean that since we moved to a different country, we really want to lay down some roots, blend in, and just feel more like at home here. So these goals should help with that. And how this tree works, I thought about some general goals like feel strong and confident, which are a bit vague. And then from them, I branched out some more practical, actionable goals. So for example, if I want to feel strong and confident, then I might want to start lifting weights again. And I did that with other goals too. Now in relationships category, I did something else. So assuming that I want good relationships with people, I divided it into wins category and then friends and family. And from them, I branched out some more actionable goals to have good relationships with these people. With home, I divided it into different rooms. So we have living room, corridor, my room, and bedroom. And then from them, I branched out some things I want to do in those rooms. So yeah, I feel like that helped me to organize my thoughts and see what I want to achieve and what I want to do a little better. Also, since my planner is for the first half of the year, I decided that my goals will also be for the first 6 months of 2026. I did some thinking about like big dreams and goals I want to someday achieve so that I would know what kind of goals to set for the first half of the year. But yeah, I just feel like it's a bit easier to imagine and be realistic. Like if you asked me what I want to achieve by summer, I think I would have a pretty good idea of what's possible and what I could achieve. But then if you asked me what I want to do before next year, that would be trickier for me. It would be more difficult for me to imagine what's possible in that amount of time. Like, is a year a lot or is it not? So yeah, I feel like creating goals for only 6 months is a bit more manageable to me. And now let me show you what I did with planner pages. So this is how my weekly spread looks like. I just turned the vertical weekly into a horizontal one that works better for my brain, and it's been working pretty good for me. I still have my running to-do list on the right page, and I have some habits that are related to the goals I set for myself. And when it comes to dailies, I still haven't started those because I'm filming on the very last day of 2025. But before getting this planner, I did some experimenting in my old Hobonichi Cousin, so I might show you that. So yeah, first of all, we have my color code. I'm doing everything same as I did in Hobonichi Weeks, except I switched to these other stickers. I'm not using the Stalogy ones anymore. I ordered a bunch of these stickers from Amazon. Like, there's a lot of them, and I feel a bit better because they are way cheaper than the Stalogy ones, and they come in a bunch, and they know where to get them from, and that they come quite quickly. With the Stalogy ones, while I was still living in Lithuania, there was a physical store where I was buying those, so it was easy, but I couldn't find them here, like in a physical store yet. So yeah, I feel like I'm more comfortable with the Amazon ones, and I actually really like the colors. I managed to find the pastel ones, like the earthy tones, so they are not too bright, not too intense. And yeah, I adjusted the key a little bit. So yeah, I have a dot for creative things like YouTube and writing, the stationary hobbies one, and previously I had a color for personal, which was both memories and just brainstorming and just thinking, journaling. And now I decided to divide those into 2 different categories. So we have memories and we have thoughts. I just felt like these are 2 different things for me. And yeah, when I started my experiment, at first I was covering the date so that it would not distract me. I would not start to count how many pages I still have left until the end of the month. I didn't want to feel restricted. So yeah, I was covering those and writing my own date. And then I was just going like this. I always have my to-do list and events and appointments first. And then I just write whatever is in my head, whatever is happening, doing some memory keeping. And yeah, this is how it looks like. And it feels very good right now. I glued in some ephemera, which would be way too big for my Hobonichi Weeks Mega, so that is nice. I'm gluing in some pictures. I did some book reviewing and more ephemera also. And at some point I just stopped covering the dates and just didn't see them anymore, which is good because I don't want to always white out the date. I feel like that would create a bump in a certain place, like here. And I don't like these stacked bumps. So yeah, I'm happy that I started to ignore that. We will see how it goes in a new planner though. Maybe I will have to cover the dates at first. Now you might wonder what I will do if I do run out of pages before the next month starts, because if I am not restricting myself, I might come to next month too soon before it starts. And I thought about that, and I ordered these Hobonichi Cousin sized notebooks. They come in 2-pack and I just got them for the paper. So if I end the month and it is still not time to start another one, what I will do is I will use these pages, just do what I'm doing in my dailies here, and then I will glue the pages in the back of the month without the cover, only the pages. But this way I will not be afraid to run out of pages because I will know that I will be able to just add some more, and that is fine. So that is my plan. Also, I got some questions about the pen I'm using. So I'm currently using a Uniball 1 pen in 0.38 thickness. I will have it linked in the description if you're curious. I've been using this for a month now, and I'm really happy with it. It writes very smoothly and it doesn't bleed through or anything, and it doesn't smudge. It dries pretty quickly, and I'm already on my second refill. You can find refills on Amazon, so that is nice also. And the final thing I wanted to talk about is my reading update. So I am currently reading The Night and the Moth by Gillig, and if the author sounds familiar, it's because she wrote the One Dark Window duology. I really like that duology, so I was pretty excited to start this new release. And this story follows a female diviner. She's kind of like a priestess living with other young women diviners in this monastery-like setup. But then at some point her fellow diviners are starting to disappear one by one, and so she has to rely on a heretic knight. He doesn't believe in her visions and her religion, so she has to rely on him to help her find the missing diviners. I'm only 17% in, and I must say that so far I enjoyed a little bit less than One Dark Window. There are just some things that are bothering me, and I'm really struggling to connect to main characters. So we will see how this goes. It's still very early. But one thing I really want to do more next year is annotating. I do love annotating. I think it's such a more immersive experience than just reading. I really like being able to react to what I read immediately. And my e-reader actually has a pen, so it's not like I have to buy physical books to be able to do that. I just never got into a habit of doing that, and I guess I was a bit lazy. But I thought I could quickly show you how I annotate. So when it comes to physical books, I have a color code, and my annotating is usually very emotional, mainly because I read fantasy and romance. So there are not a lot of super deep thoughts there in my books, but usually I have a separate color for romance, cute, heartwarming things. I have a color for things that make me laugh, things that surprise me, passages and thoughts that feel relatable to me. I have a color for things that make me feel sad or just ugh. And the color code differs from book to book. I might have a separate color for a character I really like, or for quotes if it's written really well. Now, when it comes to digital annotating, I have some restrictions. So first of all, I just write my thoughts in black pen in the margins, and I just write anything that comes to my mind. But then when it comes to highlighting things, I am actually restricted to only 4 colors. And so far, how I've been using that is yellow I still use for funny moments, great sense of humor, just stuff that makes me laugh. I use pink for romantic, cute, heartwarming things. Then I use blue one for all the other emotions, like when I'm surprised or dreading something, like no, don't go there, or like, why are you saying this? Don't say that. For emotions like that, or like sadness. And then I use green for quotes I like and things I find relatable, or just thought-provoking passages. So that is my system so far, and we will see if it changes throughout the year, because I've not been annotating digitally a lot, but I'm very curious to see how this transforms. If it transforms, maybe my current system will work really well. We'll have to see. But yeah, that's all the updates I wanted to give you. I hope you enjoyed spending some time with me, and I really hope that you will stick for the future videos for the whole 2026. Have a very nice the rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!